Hey, what's up, smart people? Real estate trust, also known as REITs, are a key consideration when constructing any equity or fixed income portfolio. They provide greater diversification, potentially higher total returns, and lower overall risk. In short, their ability to generate dividend income along with capital appreciation makes them an excellent counterable to stocks, bonds, and cash. REITs generally own and manage income producing commercial real estate, whether it's the properties themselves or the mortgages on those properties. You can invest in the companies individually through an exchange traded fund or with a mutual fund. There are many types of REITs available. Before we talk about categories, let's quickly take a look at some key takeaways about the REITs. Using REITs to invest in real estate can diversify your portfolio, but not all REITs are created equal. Some REITs invest directly in properties, earning rental income and management fees. Others invest in real estate debt, that is, mortgages and mortgage backed securities. In addition, REITs tend to focus on a specific sector of properties, for instance, retail or shopping centers, hotels and resorts, or healthcare and hospitals. Real estate investment trusts are historically one of the best performing asset classes available. The FTSE Nareit Equity REIT Index is what most investors used to gauge the performance of the US real estate market between the year 1990 and 2010. The index average annual return was 9.9%, second only to mid-cap stocks, which averaged to 10.38% per year over the same period. Here we look at a few of the main categories of REITs and their historical returns. By the end of this video, you should have a better idea when and what to buy. First one in our list is retail REITs. Approximately 24% of REIT investments are in shopping malls and freestanding retail. Whatever shopping center you frequently visit, it's likely owned by a REIT. It's important to remember that retail REITs make money from the rent they charge tenants. If retailers are experiencing cash flow problems due to the poor sales, it's possible they could delay or even default on those monthly payments, eventually being forced into the bankruptcy. At that point, a new tenant needs to be found, which is never easy. Therefore, it's crucial that you invest in REITs with the strongest anchor tenants possible. These include grocery and home improvement stores. Once you have made your industry assessment, your focus should turn to the REITs themselves. Like any investment, it's important that they have good profits, strong balance sheets, and as little debt as possible, especially the short-term kind. In a poor economy, retail REITs with significant cash positions will be presented with opportunities to buy good real estate at distressed prices. The best run companies will take advantage of this. Most important instrument in real estate investment is residential property. Second type of REITs are the residential REITs. These are REITs that own and operate multi-family rental apartment buildings as well as manufactured housing. When looking to invest in this type of REIT, one should consider several factors before jumping in. For instance, the best apartment markets tend to be where home affordability is low relative to the rest of the country. In places like New York and Los Angeles, the high cost of single homes forces more people to rent, which drives up the price landlords can charge each month. As a result, the biggest residential REITs tend to focus on large urban centers. Within each specific market, investors should look for population and job growth. Generally, when there is a net inflow of people to a city, it's because jobs are readily available and the economy is growing. A falling vacancy rate coupled with rising rents is a sign that demand is improving. As long as the apartment supply in a particular market remains low and demand continues to rise, the residential REITs should do well. As with all companies, those with the strongest balance sheets and the most available capital normally do the best. Next in our list is healthcare REITs. Healthcare REITs will be an interesting subsector to watch as Americans age and healthcare cost continues to climb. Healthcare REITs invest in the real estate of hospitals, medical centers, nursing facilities, and retirement homes. The success of this real estate is directly tied to the healthcare system. A majority of the operators of these facilities rely on occupancy fees, Medicare and Medicaid reimbursements, as well as private pay. As long as the funding of healthcare is a question mark, so are healthcare REITs. Things you should look for in a healthcare REIT include a diversified group of customers as well as investments in a number of different property types. Focus is good to an extent, but so is spreading your risk. Generally, an increase in the demand for healthcare services, which should happen with an aging population, is good for healthcare real estate. Therefore, in addition to customer and property type diversification, look for companies whose healthcare experience is significant, whose balance sheets are strong, and whose access to low cost capital is high. One other popular investment in commercial real estate is office property. Office REITs are also available to invest in. Office REITs invest in office buildings. They receive rental income from tenants who have usually signed long-term leases. Four questions come to mind for anyone interested in investing in an office REIT. First, what is the state of the economy and how high is the unemployment rate? What are vacancy rates like? How is the area in which the REIT invests doing economically? Fourth, how much capital does it have for acquisitions? Try to find REITs that invest in economic strongholds. It's better to own a bunch of average buildings in Washington DC than it is to own prime office space in Detroit, for example. Last one in the list is mortgage REITs, most popular instrument in REIT. Approximately 10% of REIT investments are in mortgages as opposed to the real estate itself. The best known but not necessarily the greatest investments are Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, government sponsored enterprises that buy mortgages on the secondary market. But just because this type of REIT invests in mortgages instead of equity doesn't mean it comes without risk. An increase in interest rates would translate into a decrease in mortgage REIT book values, driving stocks prices lower. In addition, mortgage REITs get a considerable amount of their capital through secured and unsecured debt offerings. Should interest rates rise, future financing will be more expensive, reducing the value of a portfolio of loans. In a low interest rate environment with the prospect of rising rates, most mortgage REITs trade at a discount to net asset value per share. The trick is finding the right one. So this is all about the type of REITs. You should choose one and try to start investing as early as possible if you want the taste of real estate investment in your portfolio but don't have big cash to invest into property directly. For now, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed or learned something new today, then please make sure to like this video and share this video with your family and friends. And if you have any suggestions or thoughts coming into your mind, then make sure to leave them in the comment section below. Have a nice day.